Hey friends, well we're on our way to PAX West, grabbing a couple things, and then we'll be on our way and take about an hour to drive there, and then I'll have to park, so wish me luck and I'll see you when we get there. Alright, we finally made it. We parked conveniently at the convention center and it's already swarming. Look at— Hey friends, I couldn't wait to share with you my vlog about PAX West 2024. We had so much fun, and we started off by entering the main convention center and looking all around at the booths. There were so many awesome games there this year, both by indie developers and bigger companies, and there were lots of publishers and even console companies there showing off what they had to offer. I especially loved the setup for this handheld gaming console, the Playdate, because it's a tiny little device, but they had this gigantic display. I thought that was so cute and fun. I wished we had more time from the very get-go because there were so many games that I wanted to sit down and play, but I also wanted to see as much of the event as possible. So I'm glad I took videos so that I could remember my favorite games, especially this game called Bad Cheese that has this old school animation style. This other game called the Haunted House Renovator looked awesome too. I love spooky games and haunted houses. I was pretty pumped up to see Fish Game.
I'm making a tank here. Fish game. It's basically a fish tank simulator. Oh, you can feed the fish.
Did you find fish?
I added it to
You got some, right? So now open your inventory. Yes, now you can drag that stuff into your
I had noticed this game on Smarter Every Day, the YouTube channel, from a PAX vlog from last year, but that YouTuber doesn't even normally cover game stuff, so when I saw him talk about Fish Game, I was like, I definitely have to find Fish Game at PAX.
Tell me about Fish Game.
Sure. Fish Game is a freshwater home aquarium simulator. We are simulating everything from behavior to chemistry to growth to give the best replication of the feeling of fish keeping as possible.
He was also sharing a booth with one of his friends who made this adorable game called SeasonsPree. Next, we made our way over to the Pacific Drive booth, which is a really awesome driving game that we already own, so we were excited to see it. They even had a custom-built PC with a car and green moss, and it looked just like the environment from the game. It was so cool.
They remind me of those fluffy cows. Nordic fluffy.
There was this awesome booth with a game called Herdling, and it's a game where you get to guide a herd of mysterious creatures through a beautiful journey in the mountains. I loved the fur physics, and it looked really fun, and of course I love animals and games, so. Exercise Your Demons had a really cute art style and an awesome booth, and it's a MetaQuest fitness game.
Save the Metalverse in this free update for God of Rifts.
As usual, there was a ton of merchandise and photo opportunities. The new Monster Hunter world looks super awesome, and this game is known for all its amazing creatures that are super unique and elaborate. Sometimes you'll find historical timelines with old school technology, such as this MSI booth with laptops from 2004. I definitely have a fascination with old school technology because it's really cool to see what we're working with today compared to what we had from the past.
PAX Rising.
I couldn't wait to see what the PAX Rising showcase had to offer this year.
Also snoop through the computer and kind of unravel the certain mysteries about the PAX user. And it makes me think of Dawn.
PAX Rising is a showcase for independent games developed by smaller teams at PAX events. The PAX team selects games for the showcase.
Fun. The game even has PAX West in it.
One day I hope that we can show our games in the PAX Rising showcase. Some of the games were familiar from last year where I saw them at the Seattle Indies Expo. So I thought that was really cool that sometimes developers start by showing their game or games at the Seattle Indies Expo, but then later down the line they get to show off at PAX. It was pretty cool to see that the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers had a game at PAX this year. Then there was this awesome huge castle display for the game called Infinity Nikki. It was so pretty and awesome. This one game called Alien Hominoid looks like so much fun. I love the hand-drawn art style and the aliens, of course. Plus they had these announcers hosting tournaments, which was really fun and interactive.
But maybe not. Maybe he has foundation. I love Steam. We all love that.
You might recognize Secret Lab. They're definitely the most popular gaming furniture company that I know of, but they're super comfortable. Path of Exile by far had one of the biggest, most awesome looking booths, in my opinion. I loved the lighting. It was all red and blue and really immersive and beautiful to like walk through. And they also had a photo opportunity with a really cute cosplayer from the game. Here's another area that just had tons of cool games, one of which was the Doki Doki Literature Club Plus. Some other games like KeyLocker, a cyberpunk game, and Slay the Princess, another cool hand-drawn game. Of course, I was especially excited to see Little Nightmares 3, which it turns out is the first multiplayer game in the series of Little Nightmares games. There were so many cute and cozy looking games. I thought Crystal Ball Critters looked so cute with the little hamster in a ball. Also, BattleBlock Theater looked really fun and had awesome art with this cute little thing to take a picture next to.
That's so cute.
I especially liked the artwork in Moonlight Peaks, and the characters and environments were super cute. But right next to that game was this other one called Slitterhead, which looked so creepy and had this big scary spider monster thing. Alienware had a bunch of computers set up for people to game on and check out their newest technology. Next year I definitely want to sign up and be able to stream from PAX, which this year I finally figured out how to do that. More adorable games included Spirit of Midnight, Cloak, Cornucopia. Then there was Anton Blast, which is a really fun action platformer game where apparently you are on your way to hell to retrieve your stolen spirits from Satan. Awesome booth, awesome art. I did my best to go around and get an overview of what PAX had to offer. Some other cool games that I saw that I definitely want to play. This one called Don't Be Afraid. Looks totally spooky, just up my alley. The Occultist looked really cool, with its Lovecraftian vibes. Demon Spore looked really fun. There was also a ton of Pokemon stuff, including a history timeline and a giant gameplay area for tournaments. Fusion Fighters looked awesome. Monster Jam Showdown looked really fun too. I loved the environments and the driving mechanics, and the actual cars were really creative too. Since we have some driving games in the Martian Game Studio, I was pretty impressed to see the dune buggy kind of physics and the bouncing around, and I'll definitely play Monster Jam Showdown when I get home. Undisputed looked like a really fun wrestling game, and they even had a wrestling ring on the other side in the booth. Some of the booths are super elaborate, like these giant castles, which I thought were so cool. Also, I love the custom-built PCs and how beautiful they are with all the different custom lights. There was a Blackmagic design booth, and I love DaVinci Resolve for video editing, but they also had some hardware to show off too. We saw Rose City Games, which is a local publisher from Portland. We saw this one booth called Ultra Happy. They were showcasing some different art and even some independent films and stuff. There was a Star Wars game called Star Wars Outlaws.
I got a little dog.
There was this one called Highway Police Simulator, which I thought was really funny because I've been watching a ton of body cam videos lately since they've been trending on my YouTube. Then there was Pizza Bandit, which we saw there last year at PAX, but this year they had an even bigger, better, and more elaborate booth, which I thought was awesome. LANFest is the area where you can sign up to stream during PAX, but I didn't really find out about that until it was too late. The Awakening had an awesome booth. There was a game called Astrobot for the PS5, and it kind of reminded me of Ratchet & Clank, which I love. The interior designer game looked really fun. I had to take a closer look at the Haunted House game. Veil of the Witch looked awesome. Atari was there, Capcom, Nintendo. Astro Commander looked cool and also had this cool light display. The arena was bustling like usual, and it's always really cool to see tournaments happening, and sometimes people sign up and play and win money and stuff. I love the lighting and how much fun it always is over here in this area. Tons of energy and people getting excited.
Virginia level 1. Powers of advancing and attack. We're running away with it right now. 80% lead. Attack!
Zombie rollers looked really fun.
Sweet, thanks.
Then there was also a game called Feltopia, which claims to be the cutest side-scroller you'll ever play. And they had this awesome felt display, which I'm pretty sure they said they used for part of the game design. Corgi's Cozy Hike is a really cute game made by Rescue Pets. They successfully funded a Kickstarter last year, and also they donate 20% of their revenue to a local nonprofit that helps find rescued dogs adopted homes. On Orbit by Virtual Aerospace Labs sounded pretty awesome. Also, they were advertising for playtesters and 3D modelers and streamers. My Pet Hooligan looked super cute and had these original 3D characters, and upon closer inspection it turns out that they're also associated with a crypto coin and an NFT series. Wholesome Games was featuring several of their adorable games, which if you like cute art, I definitely recommend. Neon Runners looked really fun too. There was a big display for the new Final Fantasy coming out. Also a big booth for Among Us, and an awesome cosplayer in the Escape from the Temple of Fire game. The Stalker 2 game looked really scary and awesome. Car Go looked extremely cute, and so did Food Truck Empire. I got to sit down and check that one out.
How is your food truck coming along?
I love it so far, and it's really easy to play, and I got through the tutorial level, and now we're starting our first food truck. And we've got some cooking stations and a little fryer and stuff, and it's super cute.
Jenny Company.
Yeah.
I'm the developer of the game, so if you need any...
Describe it.
We're Polish.
Oh, cool.
So we've been working on the game for about 1.5 years. And we just wanted to create a game that is cooking, so it's more or less going into like how to cook something, like the optimization of it, going into the truck and all that. So I hope you enjoy.
It's fun. I love it already because we love food trucks, and we're like, we want to make sure to stop by that booth.
We also got with a free jelly, we have tattoos with a same terminals, so you can whatever you want. We have a team of 6. I'm actually the marketing person of the game, and we are other team of 6. And right now we open up the playtest for the game of team on yesterday. We will be going with the demo around October, November for the next Fest, and then release probably next year. Early access, yeah. But we want to have, since the build right now only have like burgers, there's already a lot of variation. You can have fish burgers, you can have veggie burgers.
There's so much to love about games, and each one is its own unique thing. I love how there's so many different aspects to game development that can be inspiring, such as creating music, or 3D art, voice acting, programming. There was some really cool LED art that had Mount Rainier and the Seattle Space Needle. The new Monster Hunter game looked super cool. And so does The Awakening, which had a very long line to clear. I saw that Fraymakers is a game created by the same developers who made Octodad.
Tony Hawk on the bike.
Kamikaze Last Planes looked super cute and relaxing, and I was sure to pick up some of their adorable postcards. I couldn't believe it when I saw Jay and Silent Bob's Chronic Blunt Punch. I was aware of their animated series and their podcast, but I didn't know that they already had a game. In fact, it's not the first one either. Published by the Media Indie Exchange. While PAX West was celebrating its 20th anniversary, Five Nights at Freddy's was celebrating its 10th birthday.
Five Nights at Freddy's is having their 10th anniversary and they're having a birthday party with balloons and a giant funny cupcake.
I love the look and feel of Five Nights at Freddy's because it totally reminds me of Chuck E. Cheese, and it's super spooky and it features like these crazy animatronic animals and stuff. And of course I loved their big gigantic booth, which had all kinds of birthday stuff and balloons.
Version feature? How many categories of enemies are there? A, 3, B, 4, C, 5, and D, 6.
Guardians of Azuma had this awesome LED screen for photos and all these really pretty cherry blossoms. I was super impressed.
5 is not the right answer. I'm so sorry. Sorry. What is it? 3. You already got it, right?
Someone told me that this game Sleepy Man was developed by TikTokers, so I'm definitely going to go check that out. I heard some people saying that TikTok is one of the best places to share your game development work. So if you're an indie game dev or if you have any insight about the best ways to go about marketing your game, I hope you'll let me know. I love seeing the cosplayers at PAX West, and I especially loved these LED Star Wars outfits.
Student-made games.
There are several different game schools in the area, including DigiPen and Academy of Interactive Entertainment. And then there's another one called the Technology Institute of Washington. It's really cool to see what the students are able to come up with, since I always dreamed of going to school for art or game dev, and so I'm always curious to see what people who actually get to go do that come up with. Also, it's really cool to see the schools supporting the students and also to see the students show up to showcase their games at PAX. There was a booth for the new Street Fighter game, and Serenity Forge had a booth. Kingdom Come Deliverance II had an awesome booth with a photo op as well.
Our Bandai Namco.
They're one of the many publishers here at PAX West, and sometimes you'll get independent developers posting their game at PAX, and other times you'll have publishers. have like 10 or 20 games featured at those booths because they're featuring lots of different games from the publishers.
I should probably get that pillow thing. Not today, though.
I love all different kinds of games, especially ones that have that old school retro vibe, but I also love hyper-realistic 3D art, but I also love illustration in games.
So I'll be sure to put it on there.
Your attention, please. The expo hall will close in 10 minutes. Attendees, please exit the hall to enjoy the remainder of PAX, which is located in the summer building. The expo hall will close in 10 minutes.
Well, we made it out for Saturday for PAX West, and we're already super tuckered out, but luckily we went all around the main convention center and got lots of video footage and stuff, got to play some games, and hopefully I'll be back tomorrow. It was so beautiful.
I was sure to come back on Sunday to catch the Seattle Indies Expo, which is right down the street from PAX at the Motif. I love 6 because it features games by local developers, so some of these people are actual neighbors. I love supporting local indies, and all the time I'm just thinking about what if we got to build a small team of game developers in the area and collaborate on a project. I'm always very inspired by the Seattle Indies Expo, and they have regular meetups where you can work on your project and share what you're working on and meet new people and stuff. There were over 30 games at the Seattle Indies Expo, and it was so awesome to see everybody showcasing their games. Well, that's pretty much it, friends. We got to check out PAX and the Seattle Indies Expo. Thanks for coming along with me on this journey, and I hope to see you next year. Special shout out to my subscribers and Patreon supporters. Thank you very much for showing support over the years, and I really appreciate it. I hope you liked this vlog, and I can't wait to do it again next year.